most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
And I'm Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together, we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Today, we're going to talk about what is way better than stretching for hamstring pain and problems.
I don't know, Bob. What is way better?
We're going to reveal this. Just stick with us for a little bit. By the way, if you're new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, go to bobbandbrad.com. Go to the giveaway section. Always giving something away. This week, we're giving away Booyah!
Booyah!
The Booyah Stik. You can use it for a lot of things. You can also go to Facebook. It'll be pinned to the top of the page. You can also go to Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok if you want a 60-second version of our program. And Brad, what else do we have?
Do not forget our podcasts.
Right.
They're out there. They're very educational.
Yeah, we're interviewing
while you're driving.
Interviewing some smart people.
Yes.
Unlike.
Yes. Well, yeah, they're smarter than us. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, they're higher on the evolutionary chain. All right, today we're going to talk about what's better than stretching. And what's nice about this, Brad, you can do it without any money.
Oh, really?
You just find stuff around the house.
Oh, good.
What we're talking about is mobilization. Now, we're not the ones that came up with this. Everybody in the know kind of thinks this way. But I'm going to mention one person in particular, Kelly Starr. He wrote the book, The Supple Leopard, bestseller, by the way.
Starr it?
Starr.
Good.
Yep. Wrote the book, The Supple Leopard. Yep. And it's all about stretch and mobilization.
Keeping those muscles supple.
Yep. So he gave the example of if you have a rubber band that's thin on one side and thicker on the other side.
So that's going to represent a muscle?
This is representing a muscle. A muscle could be a little thicker on one part, or it could be adhesed down, or adhere down to the fascia.
Right. Maybe from an injury, a pulled muscle, something of that nature.
Right. Or it could be scar tissue there.
Yep.
So when I stretch, look where all the stretching is occurring.
Well, Bob, I think it's going to break right there. I'm not an engineer, but that looks like the pain. Matter of fact, keep pulling until it breaks.
Well, this is barely stretching, the thick part.
Yeah,
and
you could definitely see right there.
Is taking is doing all the stretching.
So the same concept happens with our muscles, and that's what Kelly is saying.
Yeah. So like when you're stretching your hamstrings, the part that's already stretched out is the part that stretches. The part that needs stretching is probably not stretching as much.
Yep.
So that's why you need to mobilize. And he talks about 3 different methods. We're only going to talk about 2 today. One is the smash technique, and it sounds just like it is.
So a lot of pressure.
Right, pressure right on a different spot. Usually the spots that need stretching are tender. You're going to find that on the hamstrings. You find the tender spots.
And it's typically over the muscle belly, which,
could be
where you can feel that, but not necessarily. Huh?
Right. I'm going to show you a different spot that my wife does all the time on her hamstrings.
Okay then.
The other one is called the pressure wave, and that's actually where you actually roll a spot.
So one's a static treatment, pressure, and the other one is dynamic.
Yeah, dynamic. You're like a wave of pressure. And we'll mention the other one in a different video. So
keep her in suspense.
Keep watching. Wow. So hamstrings, you have 3 of them, 3 muscles. They attach in the sit bones here, ischial tuberosities, and they attach to the femur and also down here to the lower bones here.
Cross that joint.
Yep, they cross the joint. So you see a lot of injuries that are, like you said, mid-muscle.
Yep.
And that's where there may be scar tissue. But also, a lot of people have trouble with high hamstring problems. And that's the problem my wife's had.
Yep. And by that ischial tuberosity, that sit bone, you're sitting on something hard, you can always feel those 2 sit bones are there.
Yeah, and she gets it right up in here where it attaches. So she had a device, and she sits on it. And she loves it.
So she's doing a static stretch?
Yeah, static stretch, and she does it every day.
Or mobilization, we should call it.
Mobilization, and she does it on both sides.
Didn't you say she uses it in the car?
She uses it in the car.
So she's driving and getting a self-treatment.
Well, it not only does it treat it, it feels better.
Sure.
Like if she sits in the car without it, it's painful.
Oh, really?
So you can, you're going to take the a ball, and now you can take a lot of different things here. We got lacrosse ball.
Sure.
We have tennis balls.
They're inside the sock.
Yeah, inside the sock. We have a softball if you're really aggressive.
Sure.
And you may be. Those are probably the main things you can try.
Mm-hmm.
One way to do this, Brad, is actually I'm going to throw another method in here. So you're going to take the ball and I'm going to put it over my hamstrings. Now you want a solid surface. You don't want a soft surface like this.
Right. So if you've got a chair, one with minimal cushion, I can kind of do it on here.
Yeah, and then you're going to do flossing. You're actually going to move the hamstring. The ball stays in place, but you're moving the hamstring, and that's called flossing movement.
Right.
And that's just, and you can work on different areas.
So to clarify, you'll find the tight spot.
Yep.
It's going to be a little tender there, and just keep static pressure on there, and then, whoa, you can definitely feel it.
Yeah, you can definitely. Does it feel it?
Oh yeah, I can definitely. Whoa, right there.
So you
got to work that gently on my.
I'm going to hit it right up near that sit bone now.
Mm-hmm.
And I can kind of tell why my wife likes this because it's really not uncomfortable.
I'm telling you what,
there's
there's
pressure.
no way I'm going to use that big one on up there by the ischial too. There, well, much better. Yeah, so you may have to experiment with the size of the ball, and it might be better that you have a softer one, the tennis ball, if you're starting out.
If you're starting off, what you may want to do is you might want to long sit on the floor, if you want to put it in there, Brad. Or here, I'll put this one in there.
Now, the reason we have two tennis balls in the sock, because sometimes it's advantageous, particularly for the hamstrings. You want them like that, so you have a bump, a hollow spot, and a bump.
Right, you can work right along there.
Yep, and then you can do that flossing. Now, actually, this is better for me for flossing. That baseball, that big softball, was a little more aggressive than I need, but this is good.
But see, I can start here. I can roll along on the ball. And this isn't very aggressive at all, and you can even take some weight off the leg by bridging up on this leg,
Again, doing this on the floor.
Right, doing it on the floor.
Maybe a carpeted floor.
But I mentioned in the other video, Brad, that there was an NBA player, and he was in his 40s, by the way, played for the Timberwolves. And
did he have gray hair yet?
Probably. And he extended his career, he said, because he used a softball, and he would roll all of his muscles. Oh, that is aggressive, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He'd roll all of his muscles after the game and before the game.
So I can imagine he probably didn't start with a softball.
Right.
But after you do this for a while, your body acclimates, you learn how to work with it, and it just
You'd be surprised what you can tolerate after you, what we find is that like a foam roller, that's fine to start off with, but eventually it's probably not enough. And a foam roller, unless it's a bumpy one, isn't enough for me now.
And it may depend on, if you're a thin person,
right?
It's not going to, you're probably not going to go as aggressive as a muscle bound person or heavier person. Same thing if you're older. Elderly people probably not going to tolerate the aggressive therapy.
Right. That's where you may use a tennis ball or something like that.
Sure.
And if you don't have one, just, when the neighbor kid hits the ball into your yard, just keep it.
Yeah. Well, that's how things work. Things kind of fall into place in society.
It's once it's on your property, it belongs to you, right?
Well, did you ever see the movie Sandlot? They hit the ball over the fence, and there's that big dog. Well, it's kind of the same concept, but instead of the dog using it, you're going to use it.
Right.
Well, we're digressing.
I thought you were going to mention Gran Torino with Clint Eastwood.
No, I wouldn't go that far, Bob.
All right. Thanks for watching, folks. Remember, Brad and I can fix just about anything
except for
a broken heart, but this will not help a broken
But
heart.
if you watch Sandlot #2, the sequel,
there was one.
Yeah, well, yeah,
that was probably not.
It wasn't as good, but it was still all right.
Okay,
that might help with the broken heart.
All
I
right.
don't know. It's a good movie.
What are you talking about?
It's a good movie, Bob.